The Blanchard River Demonstration Farms Network is a joint partnership between the U.S. Department of Agriculture Natural Resources Conservation Service and the Ohio Farm Bureau Federation. The project is designed to showcase and demonstrate leading-edge conservation practices. Water quality research is always ongoing across the state, including in the Grand Lake St. Mary's watershed in Mercer County, where Dr. Stephen Jacquemin of Wright State University is researching saturated buffers.
Saturated buffers are relatively new and innovative best management practice that effectively involves the capturing of a tile main, obviously draining the sort of subsurface of any field, and instead of allowing that tile main to run unabated directly into an adjacent stream, what ends up happening with the saturated buffer is you can capture that and you can reroute it laterally along the riparian area, and you can allow the force of gravity to facilitate gradual percolation of that subsurface field runoff through the riparian and allow it to sort of percolate along a nice gradient into the stream. And the reason that's a good thing is it helps to reduce the amount of volume actually leaving a field and going into a stream, and then the volume that does make it through the saturated buffer is processed through a whole host and variety of cool weather and warm season grasses and vegetation. Today, we're going to be installing flow monitoring equipment to assess how many gallons are leaving the field and how many gallons are going into the saturated buffer. And we're going to also be installing groundwater wells, and we'll be digging those with well drilling equipment. And we'll be installing effectively perforated PVC pipe that we're going to use to capture groundwater at particular depths. We'll be extracting that groundwater at a later date to bring back to the Wright State Water Quality Lab to assess for dissolved nutrients and to assess just how effective this practice is. The monitoring works by comparing the raw field tile to the groundwater at various points along the riparian. The idea being, the further into the riparian you get, the more time the vegetation has to act and uptake those nutrients, and we'll be able to pick that up with the monitoring equipment we're installing today.
The project is collaborative across several different groups. Teresa Dirksen, Agriculture and Natural Resources Director in Mercer County, is the project's manager, who explains.
In the Mercer Soil and Water Conservation District, they were the recipient of the grant. The St. Charles Farm, obviously they're the landowner here. We couldn't have done it without them. And then Cy Sweeterman did the installation, and we're working with Wright State Lake Campus to do the monitoring via a very generous grant through the Blanchard Demonstration Farms, which is a collaboration between NRCS and Ohio Farm Bureau.
For more information on the Blanchard River Demonstration Farms Network, visit BlanchardDemoFarms.org.